instructions are to relax and enjoy the bee. Please remember that the bee questions are designed to test your knowledge of geography, not to confuse you with trick questions or answers. I'm going to ask each of you one question from each round. You'll have 15 seconds to answer. If you want me to repeat a question or to spell a word in a question, you must ask me immediately. After I finish repeating the question or spelling the word, you will have the rest of your 15 seconds in which to answer. If you give the correct answer, I will acknowledge it and move on to the next contestant. If you give an incorrect answer, I will tell you so, I'll give the correct answer, and you'll be eliminated. If you do not answer within 15 seconds, Miss Bymashi will save time and ask for your answer. You will have 2 additional seconds in which to answer. If you answer incorrectly, I will give the correct answer, and again you will be eliminated. Students that are eliminated from the competition are to exit down the stairs to the left, if you're on stage, to the right, if you're facing the stage, and sit in the section which has been reserved. Remember to listen carefully to each question, so long as it can be determined that you know the correct answer. B questions follow the National Geographic Society's policy of recognizing Europe and Asia as 2 continents. Place names are current as of the time the B questions went to press in October of 2002. Best wishes for success in the preliminary competition. And students, please give your name and grade when you step up to the microphone for the first time. Airport during the Civil War. Mobile or San Francisco?
Mobile.
That's correct.
America, grade 5.
Which city was once a Spanish fort and is now home to an important naval base? Honolulu or San Diego?
San Diego.
San Diego is correct.
My name is Shadna Hyde and I'm in grade 5.
Which city is in southern Arizona and was part of the Gadsden Purchase of 1853? Santa Fe or Tucson?
Santa Fe.
That is incorrect. The answer is Tucson.
Jane Kelly, grade 5.
Which city is in southern Nevada and saw its population grow by more than 80% in the 1990s? Las Vegas or Salt Lake City?
Las Vegas.
That is correct.
Maureen, grade 5. Santa Fe.
Santa Fe is correct.
I'm Kevin Atkins, grade 6.
Which New England city is located north of Boston and witnessed the execution of alleged witches in 1692? Salem or Hartford?
Hartford.
That is incorrect. Salem.
Melissa Becker, grade 6.
Which city replaced Williamsburg as the state capital? Juneau or Richmond?
Richmond.
That is correct.
My name is Rob Gross, and I'm in the 6th grade.
Which city is farther south? It's located on the Delaware River, Pittsburgh or Wilmington? Which capital city is located on the shores of the Narragansett Bay and was founded by Roger Williams in 1636? Baltimore or Providence?
Providence.
That is correct.
Mario Pellegrino, grade 6.
Which city is famous for its steep hills and cable cars? San Francisco or Omaha?
San Francisco.
That is correct.
Anthony Robbie, grade 6.
California, Utah, or Oregon?
Utah.
That is correct.
Johnny Butterworth, grade 8.
Which state does not experience frequent tornadoes? Texas, Florida, or Nevada?
Florida.
That is incorrect. Nevada is the correct answer.
Jonathan Corbett, 8th grade.
Which of the following states was not part of the Cotton Belt? Georgia, South Carolina, or Maryland? Maryland. That is correct. Which state is not a major producer of cattle? Texas, New Hampshire, or Oklahoma? That is correct. Which of the following states was not on the Oregon Trail? Nebraska, Wyoming, or Tennessee? That is correct. Which state is not part of the Four Corners? Arizona, Idaho, or Utah? Idaho. That is correct. Which state does not have a large Hispanic population? Arizona, Texas, or Montana?
Montana.
That is correct.
Alex Meyer, 8th grade.
Which state is not an important source of coal for the U.S.? Pennsylvania, West Virginia, or Washington? Washington. That is correct.
Mike Radmack, 8th grade.
Which state is not crossed by the Appalachian Mountains? Minnesota, Virginia, or Tennessee?
Minnesota.
That is correct.
Sarah Steiner, grade 8.
Which state does not border a Great Lake? Wisconsin, Ohio, or Virginia?
Virginia.
That is correct.
Africa.
That is incorrect. South America is the correct answer. Tropics.
Africa.
That is correct. The South Shetland Islands, which are claimed by the United Kingdom, Chile, and Argentina, are off the coast of which continent? That is incorrect. Antarctica is the correct answer. The Mozambique and Venezuela currents flow along the coast of which continent?
Asia.
That is incorrect. The answer is Africa. The Yanase-Ngara River system is the second longest river system on which continent?
Asia.
That is correct. I'd like to ask if the audience could keep their guesses to a much lower level. I know I heard that from the guests. In terms of area, Ukraine is the largest country that is located entirely within which continent?
Africa.
That is incorrect. The answer is Europe. The Tyrrhenian Sea separates the island of Sardinia from the mainland of which country?
Repeat the question.
Sure. The Tyrrhenian Sea separates the island of Sardinia from the mainland of which country?
Spain.
That is incorrect. The answer is Italy. The Gobi Desert is the main physical feature in the southern half of a country known also as the homeland of Genghis Khan. Name this country.
China.
That is incorrect. It is Mongolia.